All right guys, hey, Dr. Derry here. We're gonna go over core plus strengthening today. So core strengthening, efficient and effective exercises to strengthen your core as an adult. And so I wanna go over 10 higher level exercises. It's gonna be a ton of work. It's gonna be tough, but if you can do these or some sort of variety of these in some sort of combination, you're gonna gain some strength. And so in the description, I'm going to put down some reps and sets that I usually start with clients to help build their core strength. But remember, this isn't a six-pack abs, this is actual strength. This is that strength and resiliency that you're looking for to build your core strength and notice that things in your life are getting easier to do. And of course, we wanna build that resiliency so you can do more and feel less. And so we just want to do the things that we wanna do. So core plus strengthening, we're doing everything from glutes to obliques to deep core musculature to superficial core musculature. We're gonna hit it all. Now hang with me because it is challenging, so I may need a break. So here we go. All right guys, so we're gonna go over the very first one here. It's a V up. Let's get after it. So V up, you're gonna try to pretend to make your body into a V. So you're gonna lay on your back, here, up. Okay, I like to have the hands overhead to give you a little bit of a boost in momentum. Here, not super good rep. You're gonna make your body into a V. I like to breathe out at the top, that's important. You wanna exhale that air out of your lungs so you can get full range of motion. V up. And then we're gonna move into what's called push up with a plus. And so you're gonna be here, push up position, you're gonna down, push, and then come up and get the full range of motion. So here, normal push up, push, plus right there, that extra little range at the top, which works your serratus anterior. And is a great trunk / core strengthening exercise. Push through. And what's great about that is that you're in the plank position, so you're already gonna get some core strength, but then you're gonna add a little bit more to it. So we just went over the V up and push up with a plus. Now we're gonna move to standing. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna go over our next one here, chops and lifts and a squat. So we'll start with the chops and lifts. And so what this is developed is a P and F patterns. And so you could see I'm going down to the right, coming up overhead to the left, down to the left and coming up overhead on the right. And what I was saying about the PNF patterns is proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. It basically just means that we live in a world that demands rotational movement and we develop that way, right? So we just don't get strong doing things side to side. We get strong doing things in a rotary movement as well. And so what I love about this, the chop and lift, is that it's very much like things we do in our life. When we go pick things off the ground, come up and lift it overhead. Pick things off the ground, come up and lift it overhead. Chops and lifts. Great exercise, moving through it. It's good to get the core and total body moving. And then we're gonna follow that up right with the squat. And so we're gonna get down into that squat and come back up. Okay, a lot of people don't realize that your core has to fire when you do a squat. And when I do core strengthening, they're like, man, I just wanna work on this stuff. And I'm like, you can't work on this stuff only. You have to get into that squat. And if you guys look at professional bodybuilders, people who pick up a lot of weight from the ground with the squatting, they have very strong core, very strong abdominals. So you're gonna sit down into that movement, pretend you're sitting into a chair, pushing your butt back and diving into it. I'll give you guys a little better angle or different angle. Sitting down into that movement. Squats, I love them. I love them, I love them. Okay, so we just went over squats. I'm gonna skip one, then we're gonna come back to it. As you guys can tell, I'm a little labored in my breath. This takes some work. I love it, but it does take some work. So we're gonna go right into the standing fire hydrant. So with this one, you're gonna put all of your weight on one leg, a little bit of bend in the knee, a little bit of bend in the hip. Here, leg comes out to the side and come back. And a lot of people don't realize it's the stance leg that really starts firing. So this leg, especially the lateral hip. If you ever notice people have a little hip drop when they walk, they just don't do that to look good, right? They do that because they have weak hips. So here, in and out, a little bit of bend. That leg that you're taking out, it's not about how high you lift it or how far you lift it, okay? It's this leg here, being able to maintain that movement and feel the strength. And when we talk about core strengthening, especially in the book that my wife and I wrote, is that you'd understand that the back is huge. It's part of your core, okay? The very back of the core is supported by your back musculature. So it's important to hit, and we are hitting it because we are fighting gravity in this position. So I love it. Now, if you guys have seen my content before, you know I love the lateral lunge. And so we're gonna go into the lateral lunge here. I'm gonna try to explain it a different way so people can kind of get a little more from it. So starting here, I'm gonna take a big step, stick my butt out, press back. Big step, butt out, press back. This is important. Big step, butt out, press back. Big step, butt out, press back. Now, what's this work? Guys, I know you already know it, so I'm gonna say it. Length and strength, baby, length and strength. So here, fighting gravity with my back, pressing back. Here, ooh, fighting so much of gravity with my core musculature, coming back. Butt out, come back. Butt out, come back. Guys, you already know this is a good one. I'm gonna show you from the side though. So big step out, press back. Lateral lunge. Loving it from this direction. Big step, butt out, come back. Big step, butt out, come back. Guys, I'm labored because I'm using a lot of muscle here, right? We have to use a lot of muscles. Our core, like the huge muscles in our body, they're responsible for so much. So yes, you're going to feel it. Okay, now we're gonna move into the sprinter squat. So you're gonna stand up tall, same position, remember we did with the fire hydrant, but this one, we're gonna go down a little further into the range. And so here, squatting and come back up. Scoot back a little bit here, you guys can see it. So soft bend in the knee, squatting down, come back up. And now I look like a sprinter. Again, we're hitting quads, glutes, hamstrings, lower back, abdominals, upper back, all part of that nice, beautiful trunk or core that you have. So here, reaching down, coming back up. Here, reaching down, coming back up. I can't be the only one that loves this. It's good. It's really, really good. So hope you guys get the form down. Again, I'll put the reps and sets in the description. Tons of fun. So I think that hits all of them standing. So now we're gonna move back to the ground. Here we go. All right, gang, so we're gonna go right into the single leg bridge. So normal bridge position here. Stabilize with one leg. I usually like to put my arms down at my side just in case I need a little extra help. One leg straight, lift. This you wanna think about driving with your glutes and your hips. Coming on up. So I don't know if you guys could see this, but here, what you don't want is lifting like this. You guys see the pelvic discrepancy? You want to keep your hips in alignment. So if I had a level here, there's levels they can be, and I'm driving with my glutes to get that range of motion. Hope you guys can see that. Oh. Little tip here, a little asterisk sign here. Drive with your heel. So you guys see this toe up, there's a toe up, and I'm driving with my heel to come up. Whew, I love it. Single leg bridge, great exercise, good to get you moving, good for that advanced core strengthening. Now we're gonna move into the quadruped fire hydrant. So here, see you guys, a little different angle here. So you're gonna keep that leg bent and lift it up. Here, nice neutral spine. I'm not here, I'm not here, I'm in the middle. Lift and come back up. It really hits the top end of that glute, but what some people don't realize is it hits your lower back right there. So in order to extend your leg, you must extend your back. And so extension of the back is what we use for walking, or being upright, anytime that we're fighting gravity. So hands underneath the shoulders. We'll drive that heel up into the ceiling. And what makes it a donkey kick is that that leg is just bent the entire time. Now, last but not least, the Chaturanga. Now, Chaturanga is a yoga-based move, and I use yoga a lot for length and strength purposes. A lot of good stuff here. Hang with me. It is challenging, requires a ton of strength, and this is why this is called core plus strengthening or advanced strengthening. So you're going to be in a tall plank position, okay? You're going to act like you're going to go under the fence. Come up here, stretch that abdominals, breathe out, and then come back up. Here, So it's kind of like a combination of downward dog and upward dog, but I'm kind of thinking about going underneath that fence, pressing up, feeling that nice low back pressure / stretch, coming back here, pushing up. Give you guys a little different angle here. Okay, so here, underneath that fence, come up, good stretch, breathing out, and then going back the same range of motion. This one's a killer. And by killer, I mean I love it because it works a lot in a very short period of time, and I'm all about efficiency, right? We live in a world that we need to be efficient and effective. That's the Chaturanga, folks, okay? Under that fence and the other way. Now, we just went through 10 higher level core strengthening exercises. I only did half a dozen reps on everything. You know that you have to do more, right? It takes more than that to initiate change. But when you're learning a movement, it's good to start off slow. Go low and slow, low reps, slow through the range of motion, and then you're gonna get after it. So I'll put the reps and sets in the description. Guys, if you like what I'm putting out there, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate some support. And I'm just gonna keep after it right here. Everybody needs to know like where to start with the core strengthening and where you can take it. But doing this stuff is gonna make you a more resilient human being. For me right now, it's keeping up with my son, being able to pick him up, throw him up in the air, have fun with him. And doing that core strengthening makes me know that I'm gonna be okay during the movement. So guys, if you guys like what I'm putting out there, please subscribe. As always, stay healthy, keep moving, and of course, take care of yourself.